Saturday, February 21st up at Canlan, Scarborough. And this is game 2 of the Wildcats and the Markham Stars. Once again, we're posted up here in the corner of the offensive zone, so the end where the Markham Stars are. But we'll be able to get 2 offensive zone vantage points in this game. First and third period. The Markham Stars won the first game between these two. Wildcats have been looking to tie up the series and then hopefully force a game 3, which will be tomorrow. Mistaken, a tie game was another game tomorrow as well. Maybe, forgive me, maybe first to 4 points. So a tie game would finish tomorrow, and then in that scenario, and then obviously Markham would need a tie or a win tomorrow in order to continue. So Leaside would obviously need the win. That might force an overtime period actually, because that would give 3 points to Leaside. So rather than thinking about that math too much, I never like to do math when it comes to hockey, so as I always try to tell players, just win. Then we don't have to do too much math. So there's a whistle, so the clock winding down here, and the players, the respective teams collecting their pucks, and they'll do their pre-game prep talk. Now I think the reception here will be a little better than Rinks. Rinks last night we lost the signal, so I apologize for anybody who was viewing. But I think at Canlan, I don't know what it is about the composition of these buildings, but I think the signal maintains throughout the game. So. Quick chance for King, gains his zone. Puck behind the net. Face-off won by Markham. Pressure by Domazitis. Puck to the half wall. Cohen tries to keep that in. He moves out. Early shot. Saved by Tomzak. Cohen double back. Up to the half wall. Backhand pass, breakout. Picked up by Markham, but now King able to poke it out of the zone. Markham sends it back. Jim Collins trying to get that puck out. Markham brings it back down the wall. Markham sends it back up the wall. Markham player goes down. Ref's letting him play. Cohen dishes it over for Spraggs. Spraggs dumps it in the zone. A couple of needed Wildcat changes there. A long shift. Hemmed in their own zone. Pontier battling. He curled. Puck sent up the wall. Pinch, but Markham sends it back out. Martin now tries to put it through neutral ice, and Markham sends it back to Wildcat territory. Markham behind the net. Centering pass picked up by Martin. Carries it through the neutral ice, wide for Richards, shot on net. Nice save by the goalie. Shot by Markham high, hung on to by Tomzak. Sent out the neutral ice. Murphy back at her own line. Snelson. Oh, sorry, that's Deacon. Pressure by Martin. Kept in by Murphy. Nice chip by Martin. Martin cutting to the high slot. Runs into Robender. Good coverage by Domazidis. Behind the net pass from Markham up to the half wall. Breakout played him to middle lane. Markham player just wide through neutral ice. High up by Robender. Drop pass to the point. Markham blocked by Domazidis. We're going to be battling with the buzzer from the other rink today, so such is the way it can land. Nice move by DePontier, gains the zone. Pressure by Jim Collins. Markham player gains the zone. Top shelf. Puck sent to neutralize, that was Cohen. Puck sent back. Wildcat zone. Kinley pushes it around. Puck rolls down into the Markham zone. Pressure by Domazidis. Comes back to Cohen. going now. 2 players on her. Now a third picks it up. Shot on net wide. That was from just outside the zone. Markham break out from their zone. With speed into the Wildcat zone. At the post. Puck dumped in, chased down by Martin pressuring. Breakout pass to the half wall. Martin now tries to hang on to it. Depensier after it. Chips it down, goes for a change. Rob under there, puck bounces out. Just off the post. Goalie just got a piece of that. Sent out of the zone. Markham has it in neutral ice. Sends it deep into the Wildcat zone. Markham players change. Behind the net, Damazitis sends it around the wall. Backhanded back behind the net. Up the wall is Snelson. Markham picks it off. Backhand attempt blocked by Snelson. Damazitis just tucks it into Tomzak's pads and gets the whistle. Puck sent around, far wall. Markham sends it to the Wildcat zone, and Tomzak hangs onto it. Having trouble getting it out. Battle down low. Depensier cuts in the middle lane. Got some speed. 3 players. Pass over to Jim Collins, but a bit behind her. Backhand behind the net. That's Murphy for Cohen. Cohen sends it back. Murphy picks it up. Cross zone pass to Ben Collins. Ben Collins, good battle at the red line. Damazitis picks it up in her own zone, curls behind the net, wheels. Got a Markham player on her. King now. Able to dump it, and the Wildcats get some fresh players on the ice. Damazitis pressuring. Snelson wraps it around behind the net. Spraggs tries to chip it the rest of the way. Markham keeps it in. Kinley over for Richards. Now Snelson up to Richards. Bounces over her stick. Snelson steps up at the red line. Markham sends it into Wildcat zone. Kinley behind her own net. Pass to the half wall for Spraggs. Spraggs is the player on her. Shot toward the net by Markham. Snelson picks it up. Richards, nice centering pass for Damazitis. Damazitis just chips it and goes for a change. Markham behind their net. Sprague's. Good pressure from Depontier. Misses the puck. Depontier now, the chance. Tries to center it for Sprague's. Step up by Snelson. Snelson wraps it around behind the net. Outlet pass attempt by Markham. Now the puck comes out. Wildcats putting on some pressure now. Martin backhand pass. She thought she had Depontier, but she was going for a change. Snelson carries it behind. Buttonhook's back. Reverse back again behind her net. Tries to pass it a half wall. They're pinched down by the D to try to thwart that pass. Markham curls back at their own line, D to D pass. Dumps it in. And Tomzak just hangs on to that to get the whistle. Face off to the right of Tomzak. Face off won by Markham. Try to send it to the high, to the point. Bit of a scramble. Game a little bit gritty, but the refs are letting them play. Jim Collins at the half wall tries to push it out for Domazidis. Picked up by Deacon. Deacon pass up for Jim Collins. It looks like a delayed call. I'm not sure what the So Stars will be on the power play. Face-off win for the Stars. D-to-D shot or pass at the point. Shot wide. Shot attempt, swing and a miss. Markham. Wildcats battling the blue line, trying to get that out. Markham keeps it in. Centering pass. They save, low shot. Tom's up. For Markham, so Kinley. Nice save by the Markham goalie. Kinley to the left of Tomzak, sends it up the wall. It's Martin carrying it, gains a red line, sends it deep. Pressure from Richards. Now pressure from Martin. Richards in there to help. Nice little move, gets tripped up, no goal. Shot attempted in the net, stop. Kinley keeps it in. Shot hits Richards, I think, in the back. to Gomesitas. And so now Wildcats will be on the power play for about 30 seconds or so. Pontier cuts across the zone, shot wide. Pass to the point. It's Snelson, loads up, hits a player in front. To the point. That was Deacon. Kept in by Snelson and snagged by the goalie. Zigging and zagging everywhere. King now on her forehand, now her backhand, curls around, drop pass. I think she was trying to put it to the point. And Markham bringing it in, about 17 seconds left. Sent to the point, Markham. Down low and a tip in front. We've seen this before from this team where Markham, where they've got a player in the slot, a lot of blue paint goals. So far wall, gets pinned down by the Markham player, and Markham gets it back, sends it back to neutral ice. That's Murphy. Tries to send it up the wall into pressure. Sprague now on her backhand. Tries to exit, pinned by the Markham players. Sent back into pressure and centering pass. Pontier tries to send it out now to the point. Markham with a chance, high slot, and changing. It's Martin on her backhand, centering pass. It's a skate or something came out. And Markham now tries to send it deep. Goes off to Snelson's leg. Good battle now down low. Good job by Snelson, use of the body. Pass out by, or pass opportunity for Markham. Markham now throws around the nice save by Tomzak to steer that wide. Puck to the point, comes back to Wildcat zone. Kinley tries to send it over for Damazitis. Damazitis carries it on her backhand now. Checked off the puck. To the point, saved by Tomzak. Pass to the slot. High slot attempt by Markham. Nice save by Tom back there. To the point again, wrapped around, pressure from Markham. That was a lucky scenario there. Goalie looking the other way, and the puck bounced out in front. Pressure by Richard. Markham now, pass to the point. D to D, high slot, shot off the crossbar. Down the wall, behind the net, to the side of the net anyway. Curl around, tried to cut the seam, Markham. Jim Collins pressuring, Markham now delayed offside, now they get back on, so they re-rack as they say. Murphy, nice move to evade her attacker, and puck sent down the ice. And I felt like the Markham player could have touched that puck, but lifted their stick out of the way, and it is what it is. I'm not wearing the stripes. Looks like they're waving out the Markham center, so puck sent down the ice by Wildcats. I think they might have gone to Markham sticks and they're all icing. To the point, Snelson puts it on net, gets through, rebound, bouncing puck though. Battle behind the net. to the point. There's Deacon on her off wing. Shot attempt blocked. Shot wide. Snelson. Battle down low. Markham now carrying it. Good job by Domazidis. The puck comes out now. And Domazidis, I think that's a body check, so. By DePontier. Puck chipped into the zone by Markham. Oh! Sorry, that was my reaction. That was Richards catching an edge there just as she went to the into the back wall there. I kind of went head first there. That did not look comfortable. Puck just comes out of the zone. Richards looks all right. She's forechecking there. Good battle. Cohen slapped down the ice. Stopped by Markham. Picked up by Kinley. Sent down the ice. About 30 seconds left in the penalty to Domazidis. Markham outlet pass to the neutral ice. Player carries it in on the off wing. Out to the blue line, and Martin grabs it. She's away. Martin with an opportunity. Saved by the Markham goalie. Penalty over to Domazidis. Wildcats back to full strength. There's icing wave. Markham blocked by Deacon. Sorry, my bad. Camera's wandering again, as it does sometimes. Markham tries to cut through neutral ice. Good stick by Vin Collins. Markham behind their own net. Breakout pass to the far wall. They chip it out. Wildcats regrouping. Snelson up to Vin Collins. Markham gets it back. Good stick by Snelson. Regroup by Markham. Send it into Wildcats territory. Icing with it. Oh, all right. As I was saying, icing wave, they end up calling it. So Markham center being waved out. Wildcats to the point. Kinley shot on net, blocked. And that was DePontier with a shot attempt. That was on the back end. Markham chips it into the zone. Behind the net. Good forecheck or back check by Richards. DePontier, nice chip off the wall on the breakout. She picks it up. She's got a stride going to the net. Behind the net, Markham picks it up. Markham behind their own net, going to carry it up the wall. Players tangled up. Markham now goes to send it down the ice. Hits Martin. And hit her up high. It looks like she's all right. Battle at the blue line, right at the Wildcats bench. Markham gets it back. Battle again. Wildcats chip it in the corner. Pressure now from Brabender, wrapped around. Funny hop off the wall, but Murphy with her backhand chips it back down the wall. Gets it back again, backhand. Backhand toward the net. The Markham player sweeps it away. Wildcats having a bit of pressure here, so it's good. Good tie up in the corner. I think that's Brabender coming out with it. Tries to put it to the net. Wrap around, Cohen steps up. Good pinch. And the Markham sends it the length of the ice, and that'll be icing. Up one back to the point. Nice try. King trying to play keep away, held up. He's looking for a call. Now there's a call. Now the Wildcats will go to the power play. With 3:50 left in the second frame. Markham waved out again. This is behind the net. Centering pass, Bim Collins. Deacon keeps it in the point. Pass across. Had Bim Collins there, up for Deacon, or up for Snelson. Snelson, shot blocked. Snelson reverses that block. And, Markham pressuring now. They're on the PK. Good job by Deacon. Chip around by Snelson. Pass up to Richards, gains the zone, gets to a forehand, nice shot, nice save by the goalie. Regroup pass is Deacon to Snelson, over to Richards. Richards just chips it into the offensive zone and goes for a change. Shot wide. That was DePontier. We saw her score from there yesterday. Deacon loads up. Nice shot. Nice save by the goalie. Wildcats pressuring Deacon again, low shot. Steered aside by the goalie. Good job by Deacon getting to that. Into the middle lane. Deacon coming back to pick it up. Markham player gets there first. Martin there to help out. 3 seconds left, so that'll do it for the penalty to Markham. Markham back at full strength now. To the point, Cohen just wide. Markham sends it out to neutral ice, looking for that cross ice pass. Cohen gets it into her own zone, curls back and sends it back up the ice. Now it's Robender. Pass across for Domazidis. A little too hot to handle. Pass in front of Domazidis to Martin, just chipped wide, or deflected wide. Martin now, nice pass back to Cohen. Cohen wrist shot, blocked. To the point, Kinley on target, but saved by the goalie. Markham gets it back, trying to get it out. Sent back to the Wildcat zone. Icing wave. They deemed the Markham player had beat out the icing rule. I don't know if they have that rule in this league, but anyway, I don't think they do. Battle. Puck goes back to Markham blue line. They carry it back into the Wildcat zone. Behind the net on her backhand. Throw it to her forehand. Trying to smack it to the front. That's the end of the period.